after Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego began to serve in the court of King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon, the king had a golden statue of himself made. The huge 90-foot tall statue stood as a reminder of Nebuchadnezzar's power and greatness. The king made all the leaders of Babylon come together for a party to see the new statue. On the day of the party, all the leaders of Babylon gathered by the golden statue of King Nebuchadnezzar. A messenger announced to the crowd that they were to bow down and worship the statue when the music began. Anyone who did not do this would be thrown into a huge fiery oven called a furnace. So when the sound of music from the trumpets, harps, flutes, bagpipes, and all sorts of instruments was heard, everyone bowed down before the statue. Everyone, that is, except for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. A group of the king's officials noticed that these three young Jewish men did not bow down and worship the statue. Jealous of the power the king had given them, the officials went to the king to tell them that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego did not do as they were told. When King Nebuchadnezzar heard that they would not bow to the statue, he became very angry. In a rage, he had Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego brought to him to explain why they would not worship his statue. He told them that if they continued to refuse to bow down and worship the statue, he would have them thrown into the furnace of fire. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego held to their faith. They told the king, "The God we serve will save us from the fiery furnace." King Nebuchadnezzar had heard enough. He ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter than normal. His soldiers tied up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and led them to the furnace. The king's soldiers took Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to the fiery furnace, but when the doors were open, the furnace was so hot, the heat killed the soldiers. King Nebuchadnezzar looked into the furnace, and to his total surprise, he saw that the 3 young men were unharmed. Then the king noticed something even more amazing. In disbelief, he asked his officials to remind him of how many people were supposed to be in the furnace. His officials told him that 3 men were put into the fire. The king then said, "I see 4 men walking unhurt and untied in the fire, and one of them looks like the Son of God." Nebuchadnezzar called for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to come out of the fire. He was so amazed by what he had seen, he praised the God of the 3 young men and declared that anyone who spoke against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego would be killed. The king said, "There is no other God who is able to save in this way." Then the king gave the 3 young men important jobs in his kingdom.